guys, I'm Eileen. Today I want to share with you the luxury items I only have one of. I think being in the fashion or luxury community, we sometimes get the vibe that more is always better and everything is worth having a collection for. I personally don't see luxury that way. I mostly buy what I use. I don't really find enjoyment in owning the beautiful things I have no use for. Essentially, my wardrobe caters to my needs, and there are certain items I'm quite happy with just having one. And now, without further ado, let's see what these items are. First of all, I only have one luxury belt, so this is my Hermes Kelly belt in black Epsom leather and rose gold. I've never really been into belts, I just don't wear them a lot. In fact, even with this one, I've worn it less than 10 times. To be honest, I bought this mostly with the intention to complete my wardrobe. Just in case if I do need a belt for certain outfits. And because I knew I wasn't going to have a collection of these, I made sure to go for something that's quite versatile. I really like this one because it's fully adjustable, so I can wear it low waist or high waist. Even if I do put on weight in the future, I know this will still fit me. Another reason I really enjoy this belt is because it looks quite low-key. Personally, I'm not very keen about the whole logo belt trend. For example, the Gucci belts or the Hermes H belts. I just don't find the trend to be very exciting for me. Anyway, this one belt is quite enough for my wardrobe. In fact, the cost per wear for this piece is quite high because I've not been wearing it much. So I did think about letting it go, but I think I will hold off for now because my dressing styles might change in the future. I also only have one pair of sandals. So these are the Hermes Oran sandals in the very iconic gold color. I don't actively look for sandals because first of all, my toes don't look the best, so I feel a bit conscious about showing them. Secondly, the weather in the UK is not very sandal friendly. I probably get to wear sandals about 3 times a year if I'm lucky. So I gathered it's quite pointless to have a collection of luxury sandals. These are great for my wardrobe. I like the way they look and the color is quite easy to style. The soles were a bit stiff at first, so they did require a bit of breaking in, but after having these for 2 years, they now feel very comfortable. In terms of sizing, I'm usually a size 37 and I got this in size 37, but looking back, I should have gone down half a size because the leather panels feel quite big on my feet. So my feet tend to move forward slightly when I walk. So I highly recommend you to check the sizing in person if you're interested in these sandals. I also only have one watch in my fine jewelry collection. So this is my Rolex Datejust 31 in stainless steel and with diamond dials and white gold bezel. When I first started shopping for luxury or designer items, I didn't really have a lot of interest for luxury timepieces. In fact, I still prefer to spend my money on other fine jewelry pieces, for example, earrings and bracelets. My husband, on the other hand, has always been passionate about watches, and he thought I should have at least one classic timepiece in my collection. So he got me this one as a push present 5 years ago. Even though I really like the looks of this watch, I didn't really wear much in the first 4 years I got it. Many times I would think about putting it on, but then I always changed my mind and went for my bracelets instead. At one point, I even thought about selling it, but many of you suggested for me to keep the watch, and I'm really glad I listened to you guys because I've really been enjoying it in the last 12 months. I like that this watch looks so clean, sleek and classy, and I think this design will never go out of fashion, so I might even pass it down to my grandchildren one day. Currently, the only one watch I've been eyeing on is the Cartier Panthère watch in rose gold, but I don't think I'm ready to pay the full retail price for it, so I'm mainly looking at the pre-loved pieces. Next, I only have one pair of over-the-knee boots. These are from Karen Miller and they are in this beautiful black suede leather. I love them because they are fantastic for certain outfits, especially when I want to wear a dress on a cold winter day. So I think they are certainly worth investing in, but I would think twice about having a collection of them because they can be quite a hassle to put on and remove. A while ago, the Stuart Weitzman boots were everywhere on Instagram, for example, the 50-50 and the Highland boots. I was quite tempted at first, but after having these boots, I decided I prefer ankle boots after all because they are so much easier to maneuver. Besides, I don't wear dresses very often anyway, so I don't really need a selection of different designs. So as for now, these boots are working beautifully for me, but I'm not actively looking for more. Next, I have one of everything for my makeup products. So for example, one foundation, one setting powder, one blusher, and so on. I'm one of those women who doesn't feel excited about trying out new makeup products, probably because I know I'm not very good at it. Besides, I feel like the products I'm using suit me quite well, so I've never really considered changing my staples. So for example, I've been using the NARS Orgasm Blusher for a number of years. It complements my skin tone quite well, so when it's low, I usually just buy the same one. To be honest, I'm really enjoying the very simple routine. It gets the job done without too much effort. So at least for now, my very minimal makeup collection is serving me very well. Next, I only have one parka jacket, which is my Woolrich Arctic parka in a khaki color. I absolutely love this piece, and if something happens to it, I would buy it over and over again. I got this jacket around Boxing Day last year on sale, and it's worth every penny. This jacket is made of 70% down and 30% feather. It's perfect for the winter here in the UK. It keeps me so warm and cozy. Also, it rains a lot here, so this jacket comes in really handy because the canvas is waterproof. To be honest, I'm not sure why it took me so long to get a parka jacket because it's like one of the very best things I've bought for my wardrobe. But to be fair, before I became a mom, I was never really a very outdoor person. I mostly stay inside with my heating on, so I guess I didn't really need a very substantial jacket. But after being a mom, we are always going out for walks and going to the park or just doing activities that will keep a 5-year-old entertained. So a good jacket is now a must. Anyway, when I was shopping for my parka jacket, I was considering a few options, but I went for the Woolrich because it looked so low-key. I did consider the Moncler and the Canada Goose, but I wasn't too sure about the big logo on the sleeve. So anyway, I'm really enjoying this jacket and I highly recommend it. Next one is a handbag. I only have one luxury leather handbag that's not in a black color. So this is my Hermes Kelly Soulier 25 in the very classic gold color. Some of you know I'm a very neutral person, so a lot of things in my wardrobe are in black, beige or grey. But when it comes to luxury handbags, I'm even more selective with colors. When I first started shopping for luxury bags, black was always my top choice because it goes with everything, so it's like a very safe option. However, after having a small collection of luxury handbags, I'm still very drawn to black color. That's why for my first Hermes Birkin bag and Kelly bag, I made sure to ask for black because I knew if I asked for another color, I would always want them in black. Whereas now, any other color is like a bonus because I already have them in my favorite color, if that makes sense. Moving forward, I will not be surprised if my color selection remains very limited for my luxury handbags. Another thing I only have one of is a leather jacket. This is from a brand called Set. I got this from Harrods after reading a lot of good reviews about their pieces. This costs about £370, which I think is quite a fair pricing considering it's made of leather and the quality is great. I think having a leather jacket is like having a little black dress in your wardrobe. You might not wear it all the time, but it will come in very handy when you do. Personally, I don't wear a leather jacket on a daily basis. So even though I think it looks very chic and effortless, I just don't wear enough to need a collection of different colors and designs. Having said that, I'm actually quite interested to add a leather trench coat to my wardrobe. I might be cheating a bit for the next one, but I only have one twilly for each of my Hermes handbags. For the most part, I don't really use bag charms, but I like twillies for two reasons. First of all, it helps to protect the handle, especially because I do carry my handbags using the top handle a lot. Secondly, unlike a bag charm, twilly is never really in the way, so it's a more practical way to dress up the handbag. As beautiful as the Hermes twillies are, I don't see myself having a collection of them. When I buy a handbag, I will pick a twilly that will complement the handbag and leave it at that. I know some people rotate their twillies depending on their outfits, but it's a bit too much work for me. I think one day, if I end up selling any of my Hermes handbags, I will ask the buyer to take the twilly as well. Next one might be a bit random, but I only have one work bag, which is my very trusty Longchamp La Plage tote bag. It's not anything fancy or designer, but it's very durable, practical and worry-free. It suits my needs perfectly, so I've never thought about changing it to match my outfits. To be honest, I just really need a workhorse because most days I carry a lot. For example, my laptop, a water bottle, my lunch bag, and so on. I've had this for about 4 to 5 years and it's still looking amazing. So I think I will keep using it until a replacement is needed. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I think it's perfect for work, especially if you're looking for something quite low-key and basic. There you have it. Those are the luxury items I only have one of. For me, the best investment luxury pieces are those I get to use a lot, and so I don't intend to have a collection for the things I don't reach for. So I guess I just want to say it's important to have a wardrobe that caters to your needs, even if that means it will look completely different from what you see on social media. On that note, I would also love to know the list of things you only have one of. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. And don't forget to share, like and subscribe. I will see you in my next one. Have a nice day.